Okay, this video is going to be on the music scene, dance scene in New Hampshire. Um, Music is something dear to my heart. If you look at my my YouTube channel, I'm a songwriter and singer, guitarist, etc. Um, this is so many people are really into music. Some are not. They're not just not into music. So basically, the music is, most people listen to the radio, in the car or at home. Some now music's radio's becoming obsolete now. Some have Siri, and some, like myself, I don't listen to the radio much. In terms of the music, I do listen to classical and stuff, but a lot of people have their own playlists in Spotify, etc. So again, as a songwriter, I get myself out on Spotify, etc., not the local station. So local radio, number one station. I was just listening to some type of a show, um, and the number one music radio station is NPR in New Hampshire. NPR is National Public Radio. It used to be a lot of classical music. It was really nice, and then got taken over by talk and left-leaning politics. So, but that's the number one radio station apparently in New Hampshire. For classical, you need to go to like Boston. Now, Boston, Massachusetts stations can, because we're so close in southern New Hampshire, we can hear the broadcast. So a lot of radio stations are from Boston and Massachusetts. I don't know. So the next level, next most popular station in New Hampshire is country. Okay, and so this is the station here. I am not a country fan. I appreciate it as a musician and songwriter, etc. But I just don't. It's not my style. So but it's very popular in New Hampshire. Like I said, second most popular. So here you got KQ is the station. I will say this is a very upbeat station, very positive, um, full of life. It's not like a depressing kind of situation. So here you got the American Country Countdown. You got the different hosts, and they're pretty fun and upbeat. Young, if they're a young crowd too. Sometimes you think about country and you think of like Johnny Cash or some of those older folk, but a lot of these are new and young folk that are introducing new country. So so here's the hosts, all different types of country music for those who like country. So OKQ. The rest of the radio stations are, typical top rock, top 40. Again, it used to be called top 40. Now it's basically taken over by R&B and kind of rap oriented hip hop and whatever. It's just taken over. It used to be more dynamic, but it's pretty much like that. The classic hits like 60s, 70s, 80s, etc. There's other stations. So you can find your music probably here. And again, New England's very tight and close. It's not like Pennsylvania or Texas or very wide and expansive. So as a consequence, these you can hear pretty much a lot of different radio stations. On AM radio, you don't really hear a lot of music. There's some music station, but it's mostly conservative talk radio. Sometimes you get Spanish and French speaking stations, other languages also. You also have some Christian stations, but you do have some music stations there. So the music venues, so music-oriented events. So let's go to the venues. The biggest venue is SNU. It's located in Manchester in the state. And, It sits about how many sit? 10,000 plus. Uh, so it's also a very sports oriented arena too. So here you got the hockey, and then you got Reba McIntyre, um, and then you got Monster Jam. So it's an arena. It's a decent sized arena, and people come to it, come into the city, Manchester, just to go see whatever event they're looking for. The next is used to be it's the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion. It's located up by the lake region, and you can see here who's coming. I believe it's also outdoors. It's roughly 9,000 seats. So I don't know any of these people. Chicago, the band. I don't know if that's a tribute band. There's a lot of tribute bands going around. So this might be what's left of Chicago, or it's a tribute band. Dave Matthews, Bare Naked Ladies. I know these guys. Matchbox 20, Bret Michaels. So you can see that there's Rod Stewart and Cheap Trick. Rod Stewart still sings. That's amazing. Hank Williams Jr. There you go. Goo Goo Dolls. So Pantera. So here's an example of some of the tickets. Now they populate as the more and more as the summer comes. There might be more and more people going there. So and the next biggest would be Hampton Ballroom. That's in the Seacoast area. You can see Styx coming, Little River Band, Badfish. I don't know these guys. Third Eye Blind. So then you get various Brit Floyd. There's another tribute band. One Night Queen. That's another tribute band. Kool and the Gang. There you go. 70s disco with the Spinners. That's a fun venue, by the way. They have a huge floor to dance. A lot of these places don't have a dance floor. These guys kind of do. And my brother used to get free tickets to this place. My brother actually used to be the beverage manager there. And but anyway, I get to see again, my music's different than most of New Hampshire, but B-52s, I get to see them there. Ultimate Journey is another, what do you call it, tribute band. AC/DC tribute band. So Fab Four, they still have Beatles tribute bands. Styx. So here you go. You get the people who are coming if you want to go see them. Now those are the decent sized venue, 2K plus. Now there are smaller venues that bring in fairly decent sized act. Some would consider them washed up, but whatever. One would be the Tupelo Music Hall. So here you go, the Outlaws. I don't know who these other people are. Al Stewart, Spyro Gyra, if you're into jazz fusion. And I don't know the other ones. So, but anyway, there's a smaller venue, less than 1,000. Nice venue. It's a new venue. It's located just outside of Manchester. Then you have Capital Center of the Arts. That's Capital Center of the Arts. That's in Concord. So here's we got some Pure Prayer League, some jazz stuff going on. Let's see if there's any other music. Cars Tribute Band. So anyway, there's another venue. Again, smaller kind of venue. Okay, so that's like what you would see if you wanted to go see a show, or a music show live, that kind of thing. By the way, there's lots of fairs throughout the state that usually happens in the fall. Sometimes in Manchester they have they might have like a Rock 101 or some type of event sponsored by it's a radio station where they have live music. So they might be, just different areas would have it. Like they have it sometimes by Arms Park in Manchester, or they might have it in another area where there's a lot of people. These are, again, relatively small. We're talking probably 500 or less. Example of a fair would be the Deerfield Fair here. So here you got all these types of bands. Southern Breeze. If this is the same band, these guys are outstanding if you like Southern rock music. If the guitarist is still there, which I suspect that's him, outstanding. If you like, Skinhead, Mash Tucker, those Southern rock bands, they're really good. If it's the same. Being Petty, that must be another tribute band. And so you got the Deerfield Fair. Deerfield Fair is the oldest fair. It's very popular. So that's part of the culture. I didn't bring it up, but I'll bring it up in the future. The whole fair experience. There's fairs all over the place, including Massachusetts. There's fairs down there, and they can be very large. This is one of the older ones, and they have entertainment there. Okay. Pubs and bars throughout New Hampshire also have live entertainment. There's pubs all over the place. Obviously, Manchester has many. Concord has a couple. A few. Dover has a lot. That's more toward the seacoast. By the way, I didn't mention that some of the colleges do have an auditorium. They might have a band come by for the college students. Like Plymouth State might have that, or Keene, or UNH. UNH is the biggest, University of New Hampshire is the biggest in the state. And they may have their own little auditorium, and they have local, bands will come play there. So I'm not sure about that. It's been a while. Alright, so that's basically the music scene. Again, you can find it anywhere in a pub or anything, but these are the event scene. Dance scene. It's okay there. So when people think of general dancing, like disco kind of style, or techno or R&B dancing or whatever, the last time I knew of a dance club, it was in Manchester. I think it closed about 15, 20 years ago. And the reason it closed is because there was a knife fight in the I don't know if it was rival gangs or whatever, or gang wannabes, but they as a result they closed down the nightclub. And to my knowledge, there hasn't been any dance places. There was one, I think, in Nashua, but anyway, I'll leave it at that. But it's not uncommon. Again, we talked about proximity to Boston in earlier videos. It's not uncommon to just go to Boston if you want to go to, spend a classy night out at the North End, the Italian food, or you want to go to a game, Sox game, or a Celtics game, or Patriots game. Well, Patriots are south of Boston where they play, but Bruins game. So it's also, they also have dance clubs in Boston, so it's very easy to just get dressed up and go to the dance clubs. But around here, I don't know of any. With that said, and to Boston it depends where you are, but it's about an hour. It's not that bad. But they do have square dancing, contra dancing, and English country dancing. I don't know as far as the COVID restrictions are still in place, etc. Let's take a look at a couple of those. The one that I'm familiar with is Circle 9 Ranch. That's a popular, it used to be, I think, off of Route 4, coming out of Concord, going east. And dancing contests, and you get this food there. I thought that was more than that. Anyway, So country dance, that kind of thing, it goes on there. This might be more of a spring, summer, fall thing. And then you got this site I came across, which shows the different venues or different places you can do. So Concord has, now it says temporarily suspended, but that was, I think, during the COVID. I'm not sure. Some of these places have opened back up. But there you got in Concord. I'm sorry. So dances features on this dance trail. I guess they call it dance trails. Contra, English Country, and Square. Again, this is not my thing. However, it can be fun. I see people really getting into it. It is clean fun. And it's good exercise. So, yeah. So Canterbury, they have a place. Durham, that's where the University of New Hampshire is located. East area, that's near Manchester. Keene, that's where the college is located. Kingston, Londonderry, Milford. Okay, so here you got a list of several places you can go to do your line dancing or contra dancing, etc. Again, I think some of these are opening back up. Yeah. And finally, polka. I think there used to be polka dancing. So for your Slavic, your Polish, and your Scandinavian kind of, a lot of them, even German, a lot of them like polka style. As far as I know, I don't know of a place there's a polka dance, but there probably used to be. But you can, I don't know. There's a station that still plays polka music, and it's like a polka music hour. I believe it's on Sunday. I believe it's around 90 FM-ish, give or take. And I don't know offhand, but that's really it for the music scene and the dance scene in New Hampshire.